was my first day on the job as a teacher, but before I could even start my lesson, my students had already pranked me. What they didn't know was that my real identity was a Navy SEAL, and the class I'd been assigned to was the most notorious in the entire school. They had already run off 20 teachers before me, but I was confident I could straighten them out. The next day, I walked right into the classroom. Good morning. This time, the students seemed a bit quieter, but during class, they still completely ignored me. Some were eating, some were sleeping, and some were even playing video games. I introduced myself first, but nobody paid any attention. They thought I was just as weak as the previous teachers. Little did they know, I had a surprise waiting for them. I picked up a rubber band and a piece of chalk from a desk. In an instant, they were all drenched, while I stood under an umbrella with a satisfied smile. Even though I taught them a lesson, they still had zero interest in studying. To change that, I first allowed them to smoke in class and announced that anyone who could correctly answer 3 questions could leave immediately. I had a student hand me a pack of cigarettes, then asked the class, "What are the main ingredients in a cigarette?" "Let me go. Let go." Then stopped shouting, "See you all later." "Tom, I got you, Dad." "John." "Tony." They answered all the questions correctly and walked out amidst everyone's jealous stares. The whole class got excited. Everyone wanted to be the next to leave, but that scene was spotted by the principal in the distance, and he was clearly not happy about it. I didn't care one bit. I kept teaching with my open and free methods and continued explaining the components and dangers of tobacco. Gradually, the students started to enjoy my class. The next day, the student who loved to smoke suddenly vanished. I found out he'd been working for a gang, so I wanted to get my student back. They were extremely violent enforcers. Seeing I wasn't particularly tall, they told me to get lost. But when I heard my student crying for help inside and saw how terrified he was, I didn't hesitate for a second.